Hi, this is Pastor Mitch Horton. I'm coming to you today from Nicaragua. I'm on a missions trip and just having a great time. You know, since I've been here, I've been reminded of a phrase that I coined for myself several years ago. I've been doing missions trips since 1993 as a pastor. And this verse comes to my mind: trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. You know, when you're on the mission field, usually things don't go the way that you've planned. You know, sometimes we take weeks, months in preparation for a trip, but rarely do things go the way that we've planned that they go. And years ago, I coined a phrase I call missionary mode. And some years ago, I was, and this is like 7 years ago actually, I was in Africa, and I was on a rather hard missions trip. It was hard physically. It was not comfortable. There was no running water or electricity where I was, and the heat was intense. But we were having some effective times of ministry. And I was in my room just having some time with the Lord. And the Lord spoke to me. And I was thinking about the fact that I was, in missionary mode and that things were not going the way we had planned them. And the Lord spoke to me and said, Mitch, I don't want you just to live in missionary mode, as you call it, when you're on the mission field. I want you to live in missionary mode all the time. When you're at home, when you're at the mission field, wherever you are in the world, live in missionary mode, where you trust me with all of your heart. Well, I was on the way home from that trip, and I was thinking about what God said. On the way back from that trip from Africa, I had to go through London, England, and I was standing at my gate. There were hundreds of people along with me preparing to board a British Airways flight to Washington, D.C. Well, things transpired and our flight was delayed. Someone was not there that had checked in and they had to take his bag off the plane. And then the plane developed a couple of problems mechanically that they had to repair. So we were going to be late, and it was obvious, and I got upset. My heart rate increased, and I began to sweat, and I began to be anxious. I got angry and upset. And the Lord spoke to me during that time when things were not going my way. And you know what He said to me? He said, Mitch, you know what your problem is? You don't trust me. Oh, man, it was like it's just like it's a below the belt hit. I said, oh God, how could you say that to me? I think I'm a man of faith. And He again said, Mitch, your problem is you don't trust me. You know what? Because I was thinking, well, my flight is delayed. I'll get to Washington, D.C. late. I'm going to miss my next flight. I'm going to have to rent a hotel room and then book another flight the next day. And the Lord was saying to me, so what if your plans don't work out? So what if things don't go the way that you envision that they should go? He's still God. He's still in charge of my life. And don't forget, Romans 8:28, all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. If you have a personality like mine, an in-charge personality that thinks things through, that organizes things, that wants things done in a timely way, and you're just kind of in charge. And then when things don't go your way, we have a tendency to get really upset, we can get angry, and we can rub other people the wrong way. And so I coined that phrase missionary mode for the mission field, because nothing goes right. And you know what? God taught me a lesson that day. What if I did miss my flight? What if I had to spend the night in Washington, D.C.? What if I did miss some appointments I had the next day? What if I did have to book another flight? So what if I was late getting home? He's still God. He's still working in my life. All things work together for good to them that love God. And He taught me a big lesson that day. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Don't lean to your own way of thinking. Often in life, things don't go our way. We have U-turns that come. We have things that come up that were not on the agenda. And we have surprises in life. God wants us to trust Him. I want you to join me in the journey today. Join me as we begin to live in missionary mode, where nothing bothers us. When things don't go our way, we just keep smiling and we keep trusting God. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and don't lean to your own understanding. Come with me on this journey of learning to live in missionary mode. Go make it a great day. God bless you.